Lab assignment CIT-06-L2 Log Parsing. In this assignment, we're going to learn how logs in Splunk can be parsed. We're going to parse Splunk logs to search for custom fields. This lab should take about 20 to 30 minutes, and we should have a basic working knowledge of Splunk. In our environment, we will have VirtualBox, which is what we have here, an Ubuntu virtual machine. We already have Splunk installed, and we'll also go ahead and install Apache. Okay, so let's get started. We're on page 3, and it says start your Ubuntu machine and click activities. So I just have to actually log in. Close this out. Close this out. And let's clear. And we're going to actually start Splunk just to make sure that it's up and running. So sudo opt Splunk bin Splunk start. Okay, good. Look, it's already running, so this is perfect. So I'm on page 3. We already did step 2. And in this case here, we need to update our machine. So we're going to do sudo apt update. Okay, that took about 30 seconds. And then in the next step, it says sudo apache install. So let's just clear the screen so we can see that a little bit better. So I'm going to sudo apt install apache 2 with the -y flag or the yes flag. Okay, that completes step number 4. I'm going to clear my screen so we can see these commands. I'm going to sudo system CTL start Apache 2. Okay, great. Now the same thing, we're going to, in step 6, let me just bring this up a little bit. And we started Apache, and in this case here, we just want to take a look at the status of it. So in this one here, we're going to just see the status. And we see that the service is running. Looks good. And now let's go into Firefox. We're in step 7, and let's see if localhost will work for us. Localhost. And now we have Apache, Ubuntu default page. This is great. Now it says browse to local random host and access a non-existing page to generate a 404 error. So in this case here, we're going to actually go to a page that doesn't exist. I know random doesn't exist, so I'm going to purposely misspell it. And I should get a 404 error, page not found. It looks similar to what you see on step 8 of page 5. Okay, in a new tab, we're going to go into Splunk to take a look at this. So we're going to go into 127.8, port 8000. This takes us to Splunk. I log in with my admin credentials. Don't save. I want to click on search and reporting in step 10. We've seen this screen before. I'm going to copy and paste the var log string, and the access log is what we're looking for. And I click on the magnifying glass, and I have no results. And why is that? Okay, so why is that? So I probably typed something incorrectly. I know this works from a configuration perspective. So I'm going to take a look here and see if I can do some reverse engineering in the search string. So although we're instructed to put in this in with quotes, when I look at the results page here, I'm going to see if backing out the quotes will help. And if that's the case, let's see what happens. and voila, I have something that looks a little bit better. So maybe it works for you with quotes. In my case, it did not, so I just backed out the quotes, and my screen looks very similar to that. And then on step 12, it says click the arrow icon, the greater than sign, in the first log to expand it. So we're going to expand it. That takes us to step 13, event actions and extract fields. So we're going to go to event actions and we can click on extract fields. And then we're going to select regular expressions and click next. We're going to highlight the IP address 127. So it's this guy here, to open a floating configuration window. And then we're going to write IP. Actually, let me just click next on that. Highlight the IP. And then in this case here, the field name is going to be IP underscore ADDR. We're going to add that extraction. Awesome. Highlight the time and date, which is this right here, this string here. And we're going to call that date time. We're going to add that extraction. That's step 17. We're going to highlight the get and name it method. So we see get is here. The field name is going to be called method. Add that extraction. And then we're going to highlight random and name it request URL. So I did random. Mine is a little different because I went and just put all that random stuff in there to really make sure. Then the field name is going to be request QEST underscore URL. Add the extraction. Then we're going to highlight HTTP 1.1. See a pattern emerging here. That's going to be the protocol. Going to add that extraction. And then we're going to highlight 404, because that is the status code. And the field name is going to be status underscore code. We're going to add that extraction. We're on step 22, page 11. Highlight the last text part and name it user agent. So this is going to be the Mozilla piece. We're going to highlight this whole thing minus the string here. Okay, good. And we're going to call this user agent. Extraction. Note that the preview provides colored code names, bands, and extractions. So let's just scroll this up so we can see this a little bit better. It sure does. We're going to click next. Okay. In the validate page, which is we're here, we're going to extract the fields. We're at page 11. We're on page 12, step 25. We get finish. Now we have success. This is great. Now we're going to go back into a new tab, and we're going to localhost random Oops, we didn't want to do that. Local host random, and I put some extra junk in there. It's going to generate a 404 error. We go back to Splunk. We're going to go to search, new search. I'm going to close this one out. And then I'm just going to put status code. In this case here, status equal 404. And now I have some new results. Expand the first log to note the update fields. And if you notice, I have IP address, the method, protocol request, status code, and all the things that we put in here. It takes us to the end of this page, and it takes us to the end of this lab. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you at the next one.